Hello, everybody. Ian Robson. Welcome back to an episode of Coffee with Ian. Just realized I hadn't poured my coffee yet. 1 second here. My French press this morning. Kept my coffee nice and hot. Because I have the temperature really low in the house because my wife's not here right now. Coffee with Ian. There we go. Ooh, nice. Anyways, as the title suggests, thoughts on the Platinum DLC. Now, I really like it, actually. I really like the tractors they've added in there. It kind of spreads it out. The Kloss the Kloss tractors look really amazing. I haven't even tried out everything yet, but from what I've tried, I really like it. The designs are very solid. I like how they have on the hoods, they have like transparent, almost like a transparent hood cover so you can see into the engine to see what's going on. I believe that's probably to let airflow get in there in real life, but it's very cool to see that. The green saber, what's up? So I really like how they have that added into there. Because there's so much in it, I haven't got a chance to mess around with all of it yet, but from what I've tried so far, I really like it. I've always liked the Lexion combines. Although I do like the yellow and black colors better than the Kloss colors for the combines, but as I understand, in North America, they're actually changing the Kloss colors from that yellow and black to the appropriate Kloss colors because there's some apparently there's some ambiguity, I guess would be the right word, maybe, or people are unsure as to whether it's a cat combine or whether it is just a Kloss combine. So, anyways, Country Gaming, what's up? So that's what kind of go down. I tried some of the Axion, I tried the Xerion, I've tried the Kloss Scorpion. So there are a few. I really like the header and the header trailer snap-on function. That's really cool. Yeah, so it snaps it on right to the header trailer. That's pretty cool. So they've added some nice little features to it. I like how they added some baler in there as well. What else? They added a whole bunch of stuff in that, which makes it and I guess in reality, it's a bit more one of the more expensive DLCs, and it's a bit surprising they didn't put a map in there in the end, but they did add quite a bit. They added the Kloss Arions, 460, 410, 660, 610, the Axion. They added the Xerion, the Scorpion, the Torion, of various sizes, 3 different ones of various sizes. They also added the Lexion combines, 8900, the Toscano. They added the Jaguar, which I really like, the Jaguar 96 TT with tracks. They also added in there as well. And of course, all the headers, all attachments, the big square baler, the round baler, the Kloss loaders, the butterfly mowers, the silage trailers. And then if you got it ahead of time, or if you pre-purchased it, you got a little bit of extra. You got the Torion 1914 Dev Mule, which is a bit different. And then you got the Dominator 108 SL Maxi. So there's quite a few implements in this. So I'm trying to think what they did last time. Like last time when they did a Platinum DLC, they didn't have as many pieces of equipment, but they did have a map. So I guess you can't get everything. Excuse me. I did see that Utah is coming out for ATS in November. That's really slick, so I'll be excited about that. And I can't wait for the new update where they have the grain trailers in there. It's going to be pretty cool. Have you tried if the ball hitch on the back of the Xerion works? I have not tried that yet. The one in real life is used for trailers with Quaco's thermal spreaders. I have not tried it yet, actually. Has anybody else tried it in the chat right now? Let Noraf know. So, no, I haven't tried that one yet. But from what I've seen, what I've played around with, there's quite a few things in here. I've already played with a lot of the stuff already. Just kind of tinkered around with it. I really like the Kloss Scorpion. It's a good size, good colors. Visibility is really good in that one as well. It's got lots of functions you can use it for. It's got a pin hitch in the front and the back, which is pretty cool. So I like how they have the Kloss Xerion in there. They introduced the class Xerion in, I think it was an outdoor show in the States a few years back now. And I haven't seen any of these kicking around in my neck of the woods. Most of what I see here is going to be most of the combines, not so much the tractors themselves. Although I've heard some people kind of getting into the class market a little bit more and getting into the Fendt market a little bit more. I think it's a lot of money for what you get. A new map would have been nice. Yeah, I think it is a bit on the higher end, but you do get quite a few pieces of equipment. But I think maybe if they'd thrown a map in as well, that would have made it a bit more worthwhile for some people. But I like the class stuff. It basically opens up a whole lot of mid-range tractors. So here in the UK, there is a lot of class. Yeah, in Europe, there's a ton of class out there. Here, where I live in Ontario in Canada, we have only seen the combines. Like, there's only one dealer that I know off the top of my head that sells class in the air, and that's HJV, and I think it's Alliston. They sell class, Rogator, Grimmy, so potato equipment as well. So that's the only example I know off the top of my head that's in this area that sells it. Although I do know the salesman there as well now, so which is kind of funny. But they make a great product. There's always pros and cons to going for one brand versus another. So the biggest thing, of course, is going to be, parts and availability and all that jazz. And for combines, especially, because you need to have them running all the time. So if you're in a situation where you need to get a part and you have to go to Alliston and you live, let's say where I live, it's like an hour and a bit away. So you have to go kind of far for your parts. But I've heard some stories of smaller brands in North America, let's say. They'll have a representative go out and deliver the part to them sometimes. So there's that. And of course, like, the way it works is, like, if you're with Case or Case, for example, or Kubota in this area, they're a pretty big dealer, and there's probably enough tractors in the area where it's difficult to send one person out just to drop off some parts. But if you're a smaller dealership like, let's say, with Fendt or Claas, perhaps they have the ability to send somebody out because they only have a few combines out there right now. Maybe when we get to the point when they have a number of combines, that might be something that won't be possible, but we'll see what happens until then. So I don't know. I'm not really sure. But now they have a good selection of mid horsepower tractors. So 90 to 140, 140 to 205, 325 to 445, 205 to 295, 5 up to 530. And then the wheel loaders in there. So you basically have everything from 90 horsepower all the way up to 530 horsepower within class now, with various models within each. So that's pretty good. I thought the Xerion had a little bit more horsepower than that, but it's still pretty high. Still pretty high. I'm still looking to find my what is it? John Deere 9560 RX. I think there's ones out there. I just haven't spent the time looking for them yet. So I'm sure I'll find one eventually. I want one that can actually pull the Seed Hawk in FS19, but I'm sure I'll find one eventually. Yeah, I would have liked to have seen a new map as well, Mark. I just don't know which map they would have put in there, because they have like a North America map, they have a German map, they have an Eastern European map. So perhaps if they had added that, the price would have gone up. I don't know. I think they definitely could have put a map in there for that same price as well. So I don't know. For me, how much was it? I live in Canada, so the almighty Canadian dollar, so to speak. Let's see. Farm Sim, DLCs. The class DLC was... Is it going to tell me the price? Oh, there it is. $25.99. And I could have bought the whole game for $44.99. Although it doesn't really help me much because I already have the whole game. But yeah, I don't know. So that's... And I pre-ordered the day before, so I don't know if that's really pre-ordering. If I pre-order anything, I don't usually do it months in advance. I usually do it, the night before, so I still get the pre-order thing, but I'm not giving them my money right away, so they don't they stop caring, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. So that's usually what I'll do. So yeah, I think the Platinum DLC is a pretty slick DLC in terms of the options they gave you, in terms of the range of equipment they've given you as well, which is really nice. Everything from forage harvesters, mid-range tractors, high horsepower tractors, wheel loaders, telehandlers in there. So they give you a lot of things you can play around with. And you could go to YouTube and Google. There's lots of people who have been on, like, first looks and, reviewing it and is it worth it videos and all that jazz. I just started playing with it instead because there was a lot of that already out there. I didn't get a pre-release copy or anything like that. So there's no point in me doing something that's someone else has already done. In my mind, that's how I felt, at least. So yeah, but those are my thoughts on the Class DLC, or say the Platinum expansion, to be more specific. So let me know your comments below on what you think about the Platinum expansion. Is it worth it for you? And if you have purchased it, what's your favorite item thus far? That's it for me for today, folks. I need to get head off to work. My name's Ian Robson. Until next time, enjoy the coffee. It's so good.